So the credits have rolled on Monster Hunter Rise, and I'm still playing it. A phenomenal game, very very impressive. Very very happy with it. Highly recommend it. But how does it compare to World? Am I going back to World after playing Rise? No. If anything, I'm going to be playing like Generations 3 Ultimate and 4 again, because Rise has sort of like reinvigorated that love of Monster Hunter that I used to have before World kind of came out and ruined everything. Ruined my expectations for the franchise and ruined this promising IP from Capcom. They completely botched it. Like, World was complete trash. And before anyone like says anything, I do have access to the game right now on Xbox Game Pass. I can play World whenever I want. I just choose not to because it is pure shit. like it is bad. Like anyone who has played both can tell you that World is was overall a disappointment. Like World is the Call of Duty of Monster Hunter. Like it's not something that anyone should take seriously. It's not something anyone should acknowledge. It should not be respected as a mainline entry of the series. World is just not even worth discussing when it comes to Monster Hunter Land. And I think I think it's kind of interesting how like the non-Nintendo version is so trash, while like the Nintendo versions have been consistently good. This has kind of been like a trend we've been seeing over the years, where like games like Astral Chain, Beautiful Joe, Resident Evil 4, right? They start off as Nintendo exclusives and are great, right? But then these companies, these same development studios, move on to the real powerhouse hardware, the PS360, and somehow, some way, these same series that were so great on Nintendo immediately go to shit. Like we get Resident Evil 5, 6, 7, right? Like seven's not that great. Meanwhile, I'm still sitting here playing Resident Evil 4 every couple of years or so because it is a great action game and really fun to replay. I've been getting into like, older Resident Evil games, which I've never really played before. I'm enjoying those a lot more than the newer ones. It's incredible. Like just how these developers cannot make games on PlayStation or Xbox work. Like they're just not fun. Like fundamentally not fun. Like there's nothing they could really do to salvage that. Like their attempts at appealing to a normie audience with more cutscenes, uglier female characters, and casualized difficulty, it's not working. Like it just like nobody really. I don't think anyone would really get excited at the announcement of a World 2. Like, what people wanted and what we got was a new Nintendo exclusive mainline Monster Hunter, a true Monster Hunter sequel. I very very surprised with how well this turned out after how terrible World was. Capcom definitely feels like they're on the right track at the moment. I suppose they could like backstab Nintendo at any moment. I think people are talking about like Rise eventually coming to PC. Months after everyone already finished the game on Nintendo hardware, like getting our sloppy seconds. It's just, but hopefully it shouldn't be ported to other pieces of hardware. Hopefully it never leaves the Switch ecosystem, and hopefully we can continue to get new exclusive Capcom games going forward. Not just Monster Hunter, but Mega Man, Resident Evil, Street Fighter. We need to keep the momentum going. We need to keep these iconic brands and franchises away from these toxic Western video game consoles. It's downright toxic to these brands, right? Like just look at like how much worse Devil May Cry 5 was compared to the old ones. It's infectious, man. Like look at Metal Gear Solid 5, like pure shit. Look at Death Stranding, like pure shit. Like if it was a Nintendo game, it would have worked out. Like Nintendo would have gotten the team together and really made these ideas work. But with these other guys, no. You're lucky if these games even come out. If Scalebound is any indication, there's no defending what these other consoles are doing. Meanwhile, I am constantly getting excited over every single little thing that Nintendo does.